Hello, Skyjack Morgan.
Hello, Fanny Pierre. Bonjour.
I'm so happy to see everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for already being so active. We're not even there yet.
No, we're getting ready. Here we go. Let's listen to the Here's some Maryland. I love it to start it off with the. I haven't seen a Bible in a while.
Have you been looking for Bibles?
Always look for Bibles. I always do that same thing. I put vegan in every Bible I find in every hotel I find, without exception.
Sky Bible hunting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already did it in this hotel.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
This channel's just for vegans.
Hello.
I am so happy to be back.
I'm glad
Yes.
you're back too. You were missed. I haven't talked to you in 2 weeks. Now
I know.
I feel like so much time has passed since the last time I saw you.
Yes, so much time, so much has happened. I have a vegan job now, 100%.
Wow.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
That is exciting. Vegan jobs are the best types of jobs. I know a lot of when you were gone. Well, actually, sometime during the week, people ask me, like, oh, well, I've got a job where they sell animals. I'm like, you know what? This is a world we have to live in. But isn't it great when that can happen? When you
Oh my gosh, I feel so lucky. I feel so grateful. This is something that, I have felt for a while, and that this is happening. It's like everything is aligning in my life, and
That's good, right?
Yeah, it feels really, really good. So grateful, and so grateful for everybody in the chat who kind of made that happen, because I think the fact that I created Fannulous and that I had people supporting me and all, I was like, I'm just gonna try and let's see what happens. And I felt strong enough because I felt supported. So thank you.
That's just so important too. I mean, that's kind of why we started this whole channel, was that people don't feel supported out there. People don't feel like there's any other vegan. When they go vegan, now what? And I always felt like I want to be that uncle that comes on like, all right, Tiger, let's do this together. Now that you're on board, you're on the team, let's make this happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
I do want to shout out to Omar very quickly. I was hoping he'd be watching. DM me on Instagram or something, because I talked with somebody over at that tour that you wanted to go on. So let me know. Text me, okay? DM me. Let me know, or email me. Everyone has my email. If not, it is this, eveganocca@gmail.com. Email me. Let me know so that I can help you out and get a vegan job. Yeah.
Yes.
Community.
And what is my job? I work for an animal rights company, and the job per se is called video lab producer. So I'm basically writing, producing and editing videos for social media to advance the knowledge of everybody and spread the knowledge about veganism and what's happening to animals in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. I mean, and that's a powerful position. You're the hearts and minds of future generations of vegans are in your hands, Fanny Pierre. Can you handle the pressure?
I feel the pressure. I feel the pressure this week. So the first week, it's a lot of training, meeting people, understanding how everything works in the company, a lot of reading too. I'm reading this book. If you haven't read it, it's also on audiobook. If you have, you can get it for free if you have a library card and the app Hoopla. That's a really cool app. So yeah, the first week is a lot of training, but I already started writing videos. So yeah, I feel the pressure.
That's good. That's good. What do you think about the book so far?
I think it's great for everything that it says, but I think that the language that is used is not very accessible for everybody. It's kind of like, as a non-native English
Hmm.
speaker, it's a lot of complicated words for kind of simple ideas.
Mm.
And so I think that if there was a version of this, and that's kind of what you and me are trying to do with our social media, is making it accessible for
Mhm.
everybody. So yeah, that I think that if these ideas could go and be very simply said and put, that would be cool.
Well, I think we have that. There's lifting Danny Logic. There's vegan gains. There's lots of people who follow that. Lots of
Exactly.
YouTubers that follow that utilitarian. What has Jess said now that he sees you reading that book? I know he's got strong opinions about Peter Singer.
Well, he says, like you just said, he says that he doesn't agree 100% that animals, because basically what Peter Singer says so far, I haven't read the whole book, so I can't speak for everything, but is that animals, uh, their pain matters, their suffering
Mhm,
matters,
mhm,
and
mhm,
because of that, we shouldn't kill them. That's
mhm.
basically on the base of pain. But there are many. I think it's kind of reductive if it's the only thing that he says. I don't know because I haven't read the whole book, but so far, if it's the only thing that defines an animal, well, what about? Some people don't feel pain, so
Right.
some people feel less pain.
So can you
So
still do bad things to them?
is it because, yeah, exactly. So is it, so it shouldn't be, I don't think it should be the only matter, but yeah, it's interesting, and I think it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I remember the first time I read that book and the idea of the capacity to suffer being something that makes one worth considering. I think is very, very interesting, and I think that he puts forth a wonderful argument, a utilitarian argument for animal liberation. It's just, to me, not a vegan book. You know what I mean? It's a
Hmm.
utilitarian argument for animal liberation. And it was successful. He's a wildly successful author, philosopher. I'm pretty sure he teaches out. I don't know. I forget where he teaches now, but he's taught at all the best universities. He still teaches. He did the he was in charge of the philosophy column and section of the New York Times for a long time. He was in
Mm.
charge of that. So I mean, there's no doubt that he's made a tremendous impact. It's just that, yeah.
Yeah. One thing that is interesting is all the data that he talks about,
Mhm.
all the research and all. Like right now, I'm in the part where he's explaining some scientific experiment we've done on monkeys to try and see their connection to their mothers, and
Mhm.
how that can impact humans in the same ways. And
Yeah, those were
it's
done at University of Madison. I mean, I
it's
went to that.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
rough.
horrific. It's terrible what they're doing to these animals. It's like, I think what we do in farms, to animals in farms, is also horrific, but there is kind of like a purpose, which I understand that some people get confused. Oh yeah, but we eat them in the end, so it's
Well,
not,
that's why
they're-
his calculus of suffering versus joy, right? Like, so
yeah.
he still will say, since suffering is all things, since their suffering is equal to ours, then the joy one derives or the sustenance one derives from an animal can't be outweighed by the suffering. And so it's just it's an argument, but you can already see people are like turning veganese. Peter Singer is a traitor to the animals. Yeah, I don't really think he ever really cared about the animals. He just has an argument for animal liberation based on his adherence to strict utilitarianism. But it's a great read, and
it,
also
yeah.
it really is a very, even though he's Australian, I've always said this is the most American friggin' Americans love utilitarianism. So this is
Yeah.
so American when you read it. Like, when you read it, does it sound like someone? I don't know. Can you tell? You've been in America long enough. Do you feel like it seems like an American way of looking at things?
I don't know. No, I can't really tell. I
Hmm.
can't really tell. But it's definitely using a lot of, like, I'm not surprised that you say he's a teacher, because he uses like
Yeah, he's a
fancy
philosopher.
words,
Yeah.
like to just say things, and I'm like, oof, okay.
Yeah, it's an
Why would you
academic
say
book,
this way?
right? Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
an academic book that became accessible because of of its subject matter, and I don't know. I think it's good. I mean, I am not a utilitarian, so I'm not really that into it, but I think that the arguments in that book are pretty good, and it spawned a lot of YouTubers and people who do agree with it.
Hmm.
I agree with your point about suffering.
So,
Mm.
Sky, you told me that you had a lot of things to say today about what
Well,
happened
yeah, I
in the
mean,
past few days. What happened to you?
well, I'm in Naples now. I went from Cape Coral to Naples. Cape Coral was weird. There was like it was a weird place to stay. It felt like someone got murdered in that hotel, and there were like iguanas crawling everywhere. It was really wild. And now I made it to Naples, where there's an otter living in the pond behind the house, behind the building. Um, there's a huh?
You make me laugh because I think 2 or 3 weeks ago you told us on Sunday that you got awakened by chickens that were
Yeah,
you thought you were dreaming about your truck, and now
yeah.
you are encountering other animals.
All
Like, what's
sorts of other
happening?
animals. I've got video footage. Yes. I mean, we have
What's
a friggin' I know I have video footage of those chickens too that woke me up that day. But no, there's an otter living out there having the time of his life in this little runoff pond. It's amazing.
I have
Um
not seen this.
you
Where
haven't
is it?
seen the video? I posted a
No.
video. Yeah, the
Oh my
otters
gosh.
mhm, running, swimming, having the time of his life in this pond. And there's little beetles and stuff everywhere and birds. It's pretty incredible. But Naples has been my favorite city so far. You saw the otter video of Vegan Power Lab. And I mean, there was more, but I couldn't really capture him on video. Like he's swimming quite fast. But I got him coming out of the water and like running around. And then he would swim to the other side and flop around doing his otter, just ottering up. He's just doing what he otter, doing what he otter. So, but Naples has been unbelievable. It's been so fun. I went downtown. It's like a lot of shopping area. It kind of reminds me of Corona del Mar or in LA. You guys have Redondo and Beverly, not Redondo, Rodeo Drive and stuff. It kind of looks like
Oh.
that, but like right on the beach, like right on the Gulf of
Oh,
Mexico.
that sounds nice though.
It's nice. It's
It's
nice.
nice.
It's super
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. It's really friggin' nice. But what I was gonna say was that the community standards guy came up to me, the code enforcement guy. He's like, "Yeah, you gotta move the box." And then today I'm parked over in a different part of town. The same guy sees my chicken truck after he's told me but he was so polite. He sat down next to me, told me why I can't have my box for the vegan starter kits. He stopped the truck and he's like, "Hey, I took your vegan starter kit you made me take and I sent up pictures of it to my friend in New York and they said, 'Thank you so much. Oh my God, that's so great.'" And I'm like, "Awesome, bro. That's so cool." This is like law enforcement. And then before that,
Mm.
a cop came to me. So Naples has this very famous pier that goes all the way out. A lot of it is destroyed. You can't go out all the way anymore because of Hurricane Ian destroyed it. But it's still there, and there's this beautiful beach that's there. It's the sugar sand, and people are feeding um, seagulls and whatnot. And I'm parked in a place I'm not supposed to be, and I'm playing my chicken sounds. And this cop comes up and he's like, "Is your truck?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's my fucking truck." And so I'm expecting him to be a big, like what I normally get from cops. But instead, he started asking me questions about veganism, and he's like, "I take a B12 supplement already," and I'm like, "You're already halfway there, buddy. Go vegan right now. That's all you need." He took this vegan starter kit, and the cop was like so into it, and that I actually captured some of that on tape. So
That's really cool.
yeah, I did outreach with a cop today in Naples, Florida.
That's
Florida.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Why are so many, I mean, I guess I know why, because we came in and we invaded everything here, but so many cities have European names, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like, why not be creative and create a whole new name?
Well, well, because I think so. Like Virginia, the state of Virginia was named after the Virgin Queen, um, Queen Elizabeth, and so they were like, "We found this land and we named it after you
Yeah.
in your name."
Yeah.
So it's like
That's
that.
that's something people do. It's
Yeah.
true.
So like Georgia is named after King George.
Yeah. Sky, you got a message from Omar.
Discord. Why can't you just email me, Omar? Just email me, Omar. I'm sick of Discord. I haven't been on Discord in months. Keep calling the cops on Sky, and all they do is arrest shoplifters to take vegan starter kits.
Everybody loves your story. I love your story too. I'm so glad that you have great interactions because I'm sure sometimes you have bad ones. So it's
Well, yeah,
really cool to have good ones.
those happen too, of course. But like a beach patrol came out, and finally he's like, "You can't park here." I'm like, all right, buddy, I'm moving anyway. Don't worry. But it's funny, like how polite people have been in Naples. The people who have talked to me. I talked to a chicken farmer yesterday who's like I think he said he had 30 million chickens. He had to kill 15 million chickens
Wow.
because of bird flu, and he's telling me all these things. And we got in a little bit of we argued, but
Yeah.
polite. We had a conversation. It wasn't an argument, you know.
Yeah, I think these are my favorite conversations where you have someone who's definitely not on the same um, mentality or philosophy as you, but you can both be sort of respectful and just say, "Yeah, I disagree because of this," and people who have actual arguments
Yeah.
because they have done some research or they know more than most people who just say,
Hmm.
"Oh my gosh, I love meat" on in comments. It's like,
The NPCs. Yeah, I mean, I'm so sick of that. Like, if you have something you want to know about, I'm here for you, you know. And so today at the Naples Pier, I had such a good day. Yesterday at the Naples Promenade, what a wonderful day. So tomorrow I'm going to Key West,
mm,
and there's a vegan bread and breakfast down there.
that's
And
cool.
she heard about my chicken truck, and she said, "You can stay here for 4 nights for free in Key West."
That is so sweet.
Right. So I'm saving Pete a little bit of money, but I also just think it's so cool. So I can't wait to go, and it's called Deer Run. I'm going to a vegan bed and breakfast in Key West, all the way at the bottom of Florida, and I
People
can't
who
wait.
support, yeah, it's really cool. That makes me think we met this morning. I mean, Jess met this morning with the DP who's going to film Kindness Town, and it's the same.
Hmm.
It's someone who likes the project and they want to help, and it's like when you have people who really care about something that is so meaningful to you, it instantly you feel a
Yeah,
connection with this person and you feel close and you feel understood, and
community, because you're in the same
it's
community. Yeah.
yeah, and it feels so so good. Everybody's reacting. That
Yeah,
is
and I'm gonna
so
be
cool.
so with that same couple who runs the B and B. There's also going to be some others down there, some activists, and we're going to do. There's this horse circus that they do down there, and we're gonna go
Oof.
protest that. So I'm also gonna do a little activism on my days off down there. So I'm excited about that. Um,
There's no day off for
you know,
activism, for
it's funny.
veganism.
It's funny because I'm taking Wednesdays off from streaming starting this week, and I think that's the day that I'm gonna be at the horse circus. So it's like
So
it's kind
funny.
of funny, like the day that I have this whole. But what are you gonna do?
It's interesting because I was talking to one of my family members yesterday, and they were saying to me,
Hmm.
the two people actually from my family reached out to me this week and were like, we prefer when you were talking about cinema and acting and all of that. We're kind of bored with your veganism talk, and it's
Who said this?
one family member, and then the other one was like saying the same thing, and then was saying also, but you should share videos about animals being tortured and everything, because I think that would really impact people. Because with Fannulous, I have made the choice. A lot of people do show images like this. I don't.
Mhm.
I say things, right? um and this person was saying that to me, and I was like, have you watched videos like this? Do you want to watch videos like this? No, not really. And I was like, why would you watch mine then? Oh, because I know you and everything. And I was like, and you think if you were seeing this, you would become vegan? And they were like, no, but I'm against animal suffering. And it was interesting
Mhm.
because I could really tell that this was someone who was bothered by what I was showing, who was trying to care, who was caring enough about me to have a conversation about it. And so I ended up being like, well, if you do want to see strong images, I recommend you watch Dominion. And they kind of stopped talking to me at that point, being like, oh, I have to get back to work. But the conversation was kind of
Right.
over. And I don't know if they're going to stop following me. I mean, it's someone who's pretty close to me and my family, right? So I don't know. But then I was talking to someone else being like, oh, a lot of people stop following me because they see that I'm only talking. And they were like, yeah, but I'm passionate about, they said something.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say they said trees, and I don't talk about trees all day. And I was like, it's not the same because nobody is triggering you about trees. Nobody is in our family is cutting down trees every day. But
Mhm.
every time I talk to you, we're around food, and I'm triggered in
Mhm.
my thing. So it's interesting because yeah, I do believe that people who always talk about the same things are annoying. I agree with that. And at the same time, I'm like, but we do need to keep talking about this because not enough people want to hear it. And
Yeah.
so I'm
Nobody
trying
wants to
to,
hear no one wants to see the bloody chickens, but then they say, "Well, I think that'll work though if you send me bloody chickens. Why don't you send me more bloody chicken?" What the why
yeah,
can't you just not do it? What do you mean? Why do I have to rub your nose in it? Like,
yeah. And also, they don't want to hear me talk about veganism, but my whole job now is veganism. My
mhm.
channel is veganism. My day job is veganism. So it's like, well, do
What
you
you
want to
said
know
is that
about me?
we've successfully radicalized you.
But it's
Mhm.
like really hard because I'm like, well, I guess if you do want to know about my life, you're gonna have to hear about it because that's what my life is today. So do you care enough about me to? But yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah, I mean, the family members getting kind of triggered because of this. Because I honestly think it's because they don't respect you the way strangers do. That strangers generally aren't going to just fall off to go crazy on you or act the fool. But family members, they've probably seen you naked. They don't respect you. They don't think anything of it. Oh, poor thing, instantly triggered. Yeah,
Yeah,
instantly triggered.
it's tricky because I do love them and I want to have conversations about everything.
They don't want to
But
hear
it
it.
but they don't really want to hear the things that I'm actually passionate about. So it's tricky. But it's not the first time. I mean, I've been into ballet when I was younger. Nobody really cared about ballet.
Well, speaking of ballet, here's the horse ballet that I'll
Oh
be
my gosh.
protesting. So here's the horse. They've got it all. It's scantily clad women on horses, men with big biceps doing tricks on horses. They see these men and doing like all these tricks with the horses. There's a woman doing a burlesque dance with two women doing burlesque dances with horses. It says exotic horses. I thought it said erotic horses. Um, and here's another burlesque dancer doing doing dances with the here. This guy's wearing leather while doing it. She's an aerialist with horses. Here are people standing on horses. So this is what's going on. This is what I will be. Oh, it looks like there's some archery going on.
It's
All
interesting because I have some people around me who are very much into horses and they tend to want to connect with me about that.
yeah,
Thinking,
like
oh, you love animals
mhm.
too. So you're going to care about me doing that.
Right.
And we're going to be able to relate. And it's really hard for me because they really are so enthusiastic and really think that we're going to connect on that. And then I have to disappoint them. Shh, Faye, Faye, shh, shh.
You have to
And
tell
I
them,
have
I'm
to
sorry,
tell,
I don't
yeah.
abuse horses in any way.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's cool. I'm sorry. I mean, I think that this is cool that they are a performer, that they, do a lot, but the fact that it involves animals is not cool at
Right.
all.
Yeah, do something
So,
else. Use something else. Don't use an animal.
yeah,
Exactly.
do circus on ropes, on, how do you call them? The circles, the anneaux, les anneaux in
The
French.
rings.
The rings, all of
Mhm.
that. Do that. Why do you
There's all
have to
sorts of
use?
things you could do. You could just dance.
Yeah, or do it on a motorcycle if you needed to move, or
Yeah,
bicycle. Like, be
sure.
creative, but
That
don't do it on a
works.
horse. Yeah.
Yeah, stop hurting horses. I mean, it seems very strange to buy an animal that's been beaten into submission.
Yeah,
What is this?
totally.
What is this? My speaking of horses, I'm wearing my PETA stomped shirt regarding carriage horses. All right, I like
Mhm.
that. I like that. Anybody who wants to? Okay, so I think we have somebody. I thought Julien Lelievre wanted to
Yes.
do random stupid questions.
So, for those of you who maybe have not seen the promo that we've done, now in Sunday school, we have two games. The first game is Random Stupid Question Interview, where you come and I ask you a bunch of stupid questions. Some of them are very specifically vegan, some of them are just random stupid question about life. There's no wrong answer. There's just none. You just say as fast as you can the first thing that comes to your mind, and that's usually funny because you don't think about it, you just answer, right? That's the first game we can play together. The second game, that's a totally new game. We haven't played it before. It's called Are You Smarter Than Fanny? And that's a game that Sky has researched questions about animals, about veganism, about topics I don't even know actually, because
You don't know it, yeah.
he didn't tell me, right? And so you come and you play with me, and Sky is asking us questions, and we answer, and whoever
Gets to
wi-
3. You have to get to, if whoever answers 3 questions first wins a prize. Right?
correctly, you have to answer correctly.
Correctly. Yeah,
But
yeah. Obviously. Yeah,
either
you have to
you're
be right as
totally
well.
yes, either you totally lose because I win and I
Mhm.
beat you, but I'm not super knowledgeable about plenty of topics like Sky is. So probably you're gonna win and you're gonna be named the smartest person in the room today in the chat. Or you win, like you win, you beat Sky, and then you win a
Yeah,
prize.
you win we're going to do a vegan of course t-shirt if you win. Yeah.
Yes, vegan of course t-shirt, and then you can wear it, and next time you come and you play another game, you can wear it again. That's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, you can wear it to activism. You can do all sorts of stuff. So the first one is going to be I think that Julien said he's in. So let's see if we can get somebody. Julien, in the comments,
I
you
wonder
can
what
use.
games Julian is gonna play. Does he choose? Do we choose?
We no, well, I mean, we could choose either one, but Vegan Power
Okay,
Lab says he wants to do. Okay, Julian's up, so Julien, you're up first. No, we choose. We're the host of the show,
we
so
choose.
you're
Okay,
gonna do.
okay,
We're gonna do random stupid questions with Julien when he comes on,
okay.
and the second person, if somebody wants to try to stump Skyjack about, well, I'm not gonna tell you what the
No,
theme.
don't
You don't know
tell,
what the
don't
theme
tell,
is. They
because
got a
people.
theme though.
Yeah. Because people can't research before they come. It
Yeah,
has to be fair for me because I haven't
right.
researched. I cannot go
Yeah,
see on my computer.
and it's
Okay, so don't
5
tell.
questions.
5
Mine will be
questions.
5 questions that'll be very difficult to answer about a certain theme.
I suggested to Sky like, how many teeth do a crocodile have? Crocodiles have.
That should be
Sky was
one.
like,
How many teeth does
it's
a
not.
crocodile have?
And Sky was like, it's not my theme. I was like, all right, whatever. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm so excited to play with you. If anyone wants to come and play with us, you can shoot an email to Sky for next week, or you can even come today. Just
Come today
wave
because we
at
still
us.
don't have somebody for the hard one yet. So Julien is in. Julien's here. Are you ready, Julien? All right, everybody. Welcome, Julien. Here we go. We don't we have a
Yay.
thing? Don't we have to do a show? Wait, don't we have a?
Well, we can welcome Julian, and after he introduces himself, we do the actual
Okay.
game thing.
Uh-oh, he went gray. He's
Oh
gone.
no!
Julien is
Did
gone.
something happen to Julian?
Julien, can you hear me?
Faye. Oh, and we have also a new song, Sky. If anybody donates some money, gets a contribution, whatever, we have two thank yous. We have a short for smaller donations, and we have a longer one. And all the songs have been made by Jess McKay.
Awesome. Jess McKay, once again, coming in for the win. Julien Lelievre. Say your name for me, Julien.
Julien Lelievre.
Julien Lelievre.
Ah, yes. Julien Lelievre. I know how to
Julien
say that.
Lelievre.
Yes. It's actually
it
not
means Julien the bunny.
The
the
bunny?
the rabbit. It's not the rabbit. It's the other one that runs faster than the rabbit.
The hare?
I guess. I don't know.
Still a rabbit, a jackrabbit.
Yeah, it's like lièvre is
Lelievre, Lelievre. That's awesome. I love that name. Julien Lelievre. You
Yes,
always have
exactly.
to, when speaking French, you always gotta go, Julien Lelievre. It's always
Julien
goes, la 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 la.
Yeah, pretty much. I often go like that.
Hi,
I introduce
Julien.
myself to people like that. Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. And a pleasure to be invited here.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you for coming. So, do you want to say a few things about yourself? Like, who are you? Why are you interested in veganism? Just give us
How
a
long
little
have you
pitch.
been vegan?
How long have you
Well,
been
my
vegan?
name is Julien. I'm a young aspiring actor, and I've been introduced to veganism mostly thanks to my brother, who lives in the same flat as me, and he introduced me to a lot of vegan food. His girlfriend too. Basically, his girlfriend introduced him to veganism, and then he introduced me to veganism, and
That's
since
cool.
then he
It's
introduced me
spreading,
to
baby.
so many.
It's-
Yeah, exactly. And he introduced me to so many vegan foods, and now I'm not. The main problem with me is that I'm not a good cook yet. I don't, I'm not cooking my own food yet. I'm still relying on my parents, who are kind of very carnist. So I'm really my goal for this year is to be able to completely be self-sustainable when it comes to food and be able to only eat vegan food by the end of the year. So
That's really
my goal.
cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's a good plan. All right, so are we ready for the theme song?
Yes. Do you have the song?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Okay, here we go. Random stupid questions. That was awesome.
By
remember
Jess
that song.
McKay. Yeah, I've used that song for my French YouTube channel. The other ones, I don't think you know them. Okay, cool. So, Julien, are you ready for your first question?
I am.
And this first question has been suggested by Karina, because if you want to participate, you can also suggest questions on in my stories on the day before the game. Okay, what's your favorite pasta shape?
Coquillette. I don't know how to say it in English.
Coquillette. Coquillette is like the little C. Like it looks like a shape like this. Do you see what it is, guy?
How do you spell it? How do you spell it?
Coquillette. It's COQUILLETTE.
I have
I don't know what's the English name for that.
COQUEITTE.
Coquillette. Yeah. It's like a shell. Cookie is a shell, right? So it's these pasta that are like a little C.
Oh,
You know, they're
coquillette.
tiny.
It's
They're
macaroni,
tiny.
guys.
Oh, it's macaroni.
Oh,
It's macaroni. Like, what the fuck?
It's
Yes,
macaroni.
it's
I think my favorite is this one.
macaroni. Coquillette.
Yeah, this is macaroni.
Macaroni.
Okay.
There you go. We have
Macaroni.
I'm sorry
Thank
for
you.
having forgotten.
Mr. C10.
That's all right. You don't have to speak perfect.
Okay, I love
Right.
it. Everybody's laughing because we didn't know macaroni. Okay,
Coquillette. A coquillette. I love that it's a coquillette. What is a cookie? What is cookie? What's a coquillette?
Cookie.
Is small.
coquille is a shell. Un coquillage is a shellfish. Coquille is a
So
it's because it's like this. It's because
so-
it's like this.
I get it, but okay, but there is actually a pasta that we call shells. What do you call those?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not big on pasta names.
No,
Uh,
orecchietta? Do you call it
I
orecchiette,
think
like a little ear?
yeah, I don't
we
know.
call it
I really
papillon
don't.
or something.
Papillon, like a
No,
little
these are the
butterfly?
ones like this. These are the ones
Oh, we
like
call those
this.
bow ties.
Oh,
Oh, we
okay.
call them butterflies, but yeah.
Papillon. I know what a papillon is. Okay, so now I have to
Yeah,
find out
everybody's making fun of me. I've been living in the US for 8 years. I still don't know how we call macaroni.
macaroni. Okay, so
Okay.
in Italy they call them conchiglie. Conchi.
Conchiglie.
Have you ever seen these conchiglie?
Oh yeah, these ones. I don't know how
What do
we.
you call them in French?
No, I don't know.
Oh, I've never
Why?
seen
Why
those.
did you search in Italian and not in French?
Because I asked what's the real name with the first I get to have the real name, or else it's going to show in French. Here we
I
go.
think mine are usually the shape like this. The tortellini, it's called.
Conchiglie. Conchiglie.
I don't know.
Never heard
I
of
don't.
those personally.
You never seen these guys?
No,
Nope.
weird.
Man, you French people, you don't know anything about food in France. That's the problem.
That's us.
I should
That's
know.
us.
I should ask
I'm
the
not
British
French.
instead.
Oh, in
Yeah,
Belgium as
she's not
well.
French.
I count the
I don't.
Belgians.
I don't take it personally. I'm
I,
not
I
French.
don't know any. I don't know any grand contributions that Belgium has made to the culinary arts either. So, except maybe
What?
French
Have
fries.
you heard of
I was
French
you. I
fries?
was you. Did, I said except
Seriously.
maybe, and you guys are French fries. Yeah,
And
the French
chocolate
fries.
and chocolate
The
and
Belgians didn't
beer.
invent chocolate, and they didn't invent beer.
They are the masters of chocolate. The most of the chocolate you find here in the US, if you look in the back, it says made in Belgium or from Belgium with
Where
chocolate
are you
from Belgium.
shopping? Erewhon, maybe. When you go to Erewhon,
No,
it
I
says that
promise you. I promise you.
made in Belgium.
Speculoos, Biscoff. Biscoff is typical Belgian. It's a
All
Belgian
right,
thing.
great. Great food
Anyways,
coming out of Belgium. All right, next up, what's your next question? Sorry,
all
that was
right. Next question. When did you stop breastfeeding on cows?
Um, I think um I think I pretty much started being conscious about this a year ago or so. Oh no, more than that. A year and a half ago. That's when I really became conscious of how fucked up this was. I'm sorry. Can we say the F word here?
Sure. It's the Sunday school. It's an open forum. Okay,
It's an
next
open forum.
question.
All
Fanny
right, cool.
Fanny
Next
Lapierre.
question. Biggest pet peeve.
Um,
The thing that people do
Le
that you're like,
bête
ugh,
noire.
bête noire,
what?
yeah.
Bête
I, I,
noire.
I, thi- I I think I'm lost in translation here.
Pet peeve, biggest pet peeve. The
Bête noire.
one thing that people do that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't with this.
Oh,
Don't you guys? In French, it's tout bête noire. Bête noire. Le
Mm,
bête noire.
it's not really how we translate that. Pet peeve is
you
not a
mean
thing that
tu l'amour? Maybe tu l'amour? Would
tue
that be
l'amour.
no?
Yeah,
Well,
something like that.
For fuck's sake.
something that people do in their daily lives, or something that just anything that
Something
anyone
that
can do.
bothers you that others do, or something that bothers you that's happening in the world that's like something like ugh, not a big issue, a small issue.
A small issue that people do.
Text and
Just
drive.
leaving people on red is something that I don't like. People.
Ooh, leaving people on red.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, I'm guilty, I'm so guilty, I'm the biggest guilty of this. I do that all the
Well,
time.
you've never left me on red personally, so that thank you for that. But
Text
Oh.
a
and
lot of
drive is a
people.
good one. That's a killer.
No, but I answer like sometimes 5 days later. Like Jess and me were so different for this because Jess, if he sends an email to someone, he expects an answer within like 2 or 3 days, like max. And me, I'm always like, I don't know, maybe a week because sometimes that's how long it takes me. And yeah.
But
Yeah.
is it the time it takes you to see the message or to answer it, and you did see the message?
Yeah, sometimes I did see the message, but I just forgot because I was on the bathroom, on the toilet, or I was just waking up, or I was just making breakfast, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna see," and then I'm gonna answer to that in 5 minutes, and then I totally forget.
Mm.
That's just how it is. Okay, next
I guess I should be
question.
more empathetic.
In what?
He thinks that you need to be more empathetic.
No, I said maybe I should. Yeah, no, no,
Okay.
me. I mean me. When I get angry at people for leaving me on red. Let's go to the
No,
next question.
I think it's perfectly reasonable to have that reaction, my friend, because I'll tell you, it's fucked up to read something that someone wrote and then just go about your day and not respond. Because what if it's like, hey, I need this?
No,
You
but
know?
if it's like something that's important, that's like gonna change this person's day, or we have a meeting in an hour and you have one more question for me,
Mm.
sure. But if it's like, hey, how have you been? Like I saw, I don't know, this week, like some people were like, I hope you have a good time in your new job, blah blah blah. And I see and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna answer that at my lunch break because right now I'm working. I watched the thing and then
Mm.
on my lunch break, it goes too fast. I have to take Faye out or whatever. And I'm like, oh, it's been 7 hours and I haven't answered this message. Sometimes it happens.
Not to the important people in your life, though.
Not to you, Sky.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say if if you're leaving people on red, then you must not be like. I feel like if someone is leaving you on red, you're not their priority.
It's not even true. Honestly, it's not even true. It's
It is
but
because if you were a priority, they would have answered. They would have made time. We
I
make
can tell
time.
it is one of your pet peeves.
No,
I
I'll tell
can
you what. My mom used to say, "You know what? We
tell.
make time for the things that are important. There's always time
No,
for
but it's
things that you
true. But
care
these
about."
people don't depend. Like, that's also that I totally understand. And I'm going to say one thing that helped me in my life because I was a people pleaser. So I was always trying to make sure everybody was happy, everything was great and all. And one day I was like, sometimes it's too much. I think I'm more important than I am. And one day I was like, you know what? People are going to be okay without me. I'm not that important in their life. I don't have to feel guilty about, if I'm not there
No,
or
you
if
don't.
like
You
they
don't. But if
can.
it's like habitual where people leave people on red, like Omar has exactly what I'm talking about. I straight up think people are dead. I straight up because it's happened to me where
Mm,
people haven't responded or people are late. Like I've had it happen where it's like somebody's late and I get all upset and I'm like, "Yeah, fucker's late to work or something. He's late to work. I need a bartender right now. This is bullshit. This fucker is always late." Something like that, right? And then it turns out that person was in a horrible car accident and I
yeah.
felt horrible. So now every time someone's late, I think someone's in a car accident or dead. I've had that happen where someone didn't show up to work and they were dead. You know, like
So
that.
it comes from not a little, but it comes from a trauma that
Yeah,
you have, and thus now you have this anxiety about this, which I understand. And I feel bad that I don't respond to people immediately. That's not something that I'm like, I don't care, but it's just like,
I feel like let a vegan know if you're gonna be late. Let a vegan know
let a vegan know.
if
Next
you're gonna
time,
be
I don't have time to answer to your message and I plan on doing it later. I'm just going to answer, I'm not
perfect.
dead.
And like in the wise words of Notorious B.I.G., if you don't know, now you know, vegan.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so
All right.
let
Next
the vegan
question
know.
for our friend Julien. Okay,
Julien,
Julien.
Julien Lelievre.
Lelievre. Okay,
Lelievre.
Julien, last time you took the trash out, the
Uh,
garbage
oh
out.
man, oh man,
Never.
oh man.
He's just living. He's a
It must have
hoarder.
been
He's
like
living in 6 feet of garbage right now.
no,
Never?
no.
When
It
was
must
the
have been
last
like
time?
a month ago. But that's because I still live with my mom. So don't worry, I don't live in
Oh, so
trash
you
all
let your
around me.
mom
Take
take
the
the trash
garbage.
out?
Yeah.
You
I'm
know
sorry, but
what?
I wash the dishes. Okay, so that makes it
Okay,
okay.
okay, okay,
That's pretty
okay.
good. All right, fair enough. Do you know in New York they just put their garbage in bags and throw it in the street like monsters? They're like no other city in the world does it like that. They just put it in plastic bags and throw it in the street.
Any time of the day, of
That's
the week.
medieval behavior.
It is like medieval behavior. You're
No,
absolutely
but
right.
because in Belgium we do that. We put our trash in the plastic bag
In a
outside, but
bag?
it's in a bag,
You
yeah.
don't put it in a container?
No, we don't have containers in Belgium. I don't think they do
In the
in
city? I've
yes.
been to Belgium. I did not see mounds of
No, because
garbage
you
bags.
do it because unlike in America, so in America you can take your trash anytime. Like I did it this morning. I put my trash out of my house
In a
in that big
container.
container.
Right.
Okay. In Belgium, it's not the same. Nobody does that. It's illegal. You cannot go and put it outside your house. You keep it in your house, and once a week, on the day that the trash gets taken, you have to put your bag the night before, and then in the next morning, all the trash is out.
So a man just picks up a
Yes.
bag.
Yes,
You
there's
guys are
no like
monsters. What
I
in the city? I don't believe
yeah,
it.
the first time I saw how people were picking trash here with the machine that takes the garbage, and I filmed it
Not
because I
just
was like,
machines. Not just machines. Hold
"Really?"
on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. In a city, you're telling me? Okay, hold on. There's other cities like Chicago where they don't necessarily use containers like this, but they have alleyways and they put it in the alley. In Belgium cities, do they have alley? They do. They have
In front
Gasta.
of your house. You put it in front of your house
Yeah, but
on
what
the
about in the
sidewalk.
city? In the city?
Everywhere, everywhere, Sky. I promised you, this is how it is. We don't have these cans. We just don't. And people come and they pick them with their hands. There's no machine that comes and pick the trash. It's not a thing. There's a guy that runs behind the truck. You have the
Yeah,
truck
we had guys
driver
in
and then two
Germany, they
guys.
run behind the truck, but Germany is like a civilized country where they have people run behind the truck and they have containers in the street and they pull them, they go, don't.
We're a civilized country. We just don't have
Do
the
you still have
box.
trash garbage management? I mean,
No, but you put it the night before, and then in the next morning at 5 a.m., someone comes and picks the trash, and then that's it.
yeah, but then
There's
you're going to
no
be overrun with rats and other pestilence. There's just no
And
way
then
that.
they say that French people are dirty.
Yeah, exactly. The French don't do it like that. I guarantee you. Like they have alleys in Paris.
As someone is going, Ben is going tomorrow to Belgium
I've
to
never
check.
heard that in
Thank you,
Brussels.
Ben,
I've
because Kai
been
never
to
believes
Brussels.
me when I tell him the truth about my country. He
I've
never
been to
believes
Brussels,
me
and I just don't remember seeing mounds of garbage like in New York.
because you don't see it because they put it the night before. You can't just put it whenever you
That's what they
want.
do in New York. The night comes and they dump it on the street. They all come out and they bring out their dead, all their bones of all their animals and all their filth, and they put it in
Yeah,
the
that's
front
how
of their
you do
houses.
it. That's how you do it. One night, but you cannot
Not in
put it.
civilized countries.
You
This is why New York is so weird.
you cannot put it at like 4 p.m. You have to wait until after hours. So you have to put it at like 8 p.m. Anyways, Julien, are you ready for the next question? Or is
8
Sky's
p.m.
gonna
the rats
debate
are
trash?
out.
Oh my gosh. All
That's
right, Sky, this question's for you, but it's
yeah,
for Julien. But I'm sure you're gonna have a strong worded answer.
probably.
Julien, are you ready?
Yeah,
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Ugh.
I'm sorry.
It's for
I've
children.
never seen
I mean,
Star Trek.
well, it's for grown-ups.
Come on. Well, I guess I have an inner child that prefers Star Wars.
Don't worry, Fanny's still watching Harry Potter on repeat.
Yes,
Twilight.
I don't like Star Wars or Star
She
Trek.
likes no grown-up content whatsoever. If it's made for
Uh,
grown-ups, she can't handle it.
Come on, yesterday I
You
watched
know,
50 Shade of Grey. I watch grown
oh,
up stuff.
Get
Mormon
it.
sexy time. It's so like
I'm a
why am
grown
I?
up, okay? I watch 50 Shades of Grey, okay?
Yeah,
That's
I know,
mature.
right?
Mature.
The most like
Uh,
childish erotica that you can imagine.
But for
Oh my
real,
gosh.
I think for my generation, there are two phases of watching Star Wars because I was born when the prequels came out, and I think my entire generation started by the three prequels before watching the original ones.
Hmm.
And that it's a completely different experience than starting from scratch and seeing the three original ones as if they were standalone movies, you know.
Yeah.
uh, I've decided recently, I don't know, 2 years ago, to watch the original 1977 Star Wars by thinking that the prequels didn't exist, and I understood why it was so successful. Like really, the
Yeah.
characters it's a really just well made story, well simple. It's not like
Well, the first
great
one in its
philosophical thing, but
simplicity, you're able to add all this world building. So it's actually a masterpiece. Whoa, where'd he go? Oh my God, he fell down. He fell down. Is he
I'm
okay?
sorry. I mean, here I'm
No,
alive.
like the first one is a masterpiece. It took a simple story that we all know and it turned it into this space opera. So it was
Yeah,
really cool. And then now we have this Disney, and then Disney and
yeah.
Spielberg with all his fucking toys and all his garbage. It's just like just adding more plastic garbage into the heap. Anyway,
Really, you see, that's the problem with big franchises because everyone forgets the reason franchises are popular. The reason is good writing. It's the just the original ones are not perfect writing, but they're written in a way that we care about the characters, and
mhm.
then all the rest that comes after it is trying to to capitalize on that. But
Sell
they
toys.
care more about, yeah, they want to sell toys. They care more about how to make spaceships look cool than they care about making a good story. That's the problem. Maybe I'm
Yep, I
going too far.
completely
Sorry.
agree. I couldn't agree more. You know who doesn't fall into that problem? Star Trek, because it's made for grown-ups. Oh, there you go.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch
They
it.
keep
Okay.
not the movies. You got to do the TV. They made I think they made 11 movies and they're not all great, but almost
Uh,
all of the Star Wars are bad. I mean,
on
Oh,
this good note,
almost all of them.
next question for
Yeah.
Julien.
yeah.
Yes, Julian, let's go.
What is the best place for a first date?
Uh, uh, a restaurant, a fancy restaurant.
Uh, okay, nice, nice. I
What
see. I
restaurant?
see. What kind of restaurant? A fancy, he
Um,
said.
Oh, it's a fancy restaurant. A fancy restaurant. Gotcha.
Yeah, not like not like
yeah, like
Starbucks or
Starbucks isn't a good
um,
place for a first date.
it is. I mean, it is if you're not sure because you can just be like just a little coffee and
Vegan
then
lab's great. Low investment, high reward. That's
just walk
right.
in.
You don't have
High
to pay.
reward.
exactly.
Yeah, because time. Why do I? So basically, what a man's doing is spending money for time. He wants to spend time with a woman that he fancies, right? And that's the only resource that she has that is non-renewable. This is the only resource that we all have that's non-renewable is time. That's all we
It's
have.
true.
We
It's
can't
true.
we can't make more of it. I can make more compassion. I can earn more money. I can do anything more, except I can't get back more time. So how do I get that time from a woman? I want it from her.
Actually, I totally see what you mean because I think time goes with attention. And definitely if I want to spend my time with someone, I want their attention.
Mhm.
And if I was going on a date and the person was on their phone or whatever, I'd be like, "Bye."
Yeah,
Like for me that's immediately
totally
because
agree. No time
because
well spent.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's like I need your attention
What
or
if they have a kid at home that they're worried about?
I mean, they can, but normally, if they're a responsible person, they probably have someone that they're like, "Hey, can you keep an eye on my child?" And I wouldn't mind if they're looking at their phone saying, "Hey, sorry, I want to make sure my kid's okay." And it's 1 minute where you check, "Oh, nothing is
Yeah,
happening. It's
and there's
fine,"
there's there have been studies about this actually where, it's considered even with, like, Gen Z and stuff, people who are just coming into cell phones, the way they're using it, like, if you're texting while we're all at a table and I'm on the phone, if I'm including you in the conversation and including you with what's happening on the phone, it's considered well-mannered. But if I'm on the phone and I'm not telling you what's on here and it has nothing to do what you and me are doing, that's rude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exactly what happened to me at a meeting. I don't know if you could call it a date, but I met someone, and the second they sat in front of me, they said, "Hey, nice to see you," and we sat at the table, and they immediately went on their phone to check at their messages and everything. I was like, "So, how
Yeah,
you been?"
just put me on pause. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Leave
Yeah,
Even
him
with
on red.
yeah.
that's
Even
weird.
with friends. Like even with friends, I remember, and it was years ago. It was probably 10 years ago. But I remember seeing a friend and she kept being on her phone at some point I was like, "Hey, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go." Because you've been more on your phone than being with me. And I took the time out of my schedule to be here to spend my time with you. I dedicated this time to you, and now you're taking my time and giving it to someone else. And I can't because I chose to be with you.
Yeah.
So my phone will be second. You know,
Stage
yeah.
left. All right,
Yeah.
next
It's
question
really
for
something I
Julien.
don't imagine you doing. It's funny.
No, she's hardcore. Fanny Pierre,
Hardcore.
she's got a dark
Yes.
side. She's got a dark side. She'll leave you on red.
She'll
Oh
leave
my.
you on red. Okay. Who feels more pain? A plant or a carnist defending crop theory?
The second one, I think.
Yeah.
I think the
The
same.
The second
the,
one,
uh,
yeah.
the meat
Okay.
flake.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Especially if
you.
they're being reminded of their cognitive dissonance, then that's when it really starts hurting.
Yeah,
I
they
know from
start hurting.
experience. Back when I thought that veganism was stupid, I know from experience that it hurts when you realize that you're wrong. It hurts the ego. It makes
The
It
you feel
hurts.
like,
ego.
oh my,
Yeah, it
I'm not
hurts.
as
I
smart as
feel
I
it.
thought I was.
Oh yeah, a
That's
plant.
tough too.
A plant listening to the carnist.
And funny.
Probably that. Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Thanks everybody in the chat. All right. Random skill that you have. A random
Uh,
skill.
Random skill that I have. What I draw well, but that's not really random.
You can do what? You can rut well. What?
He
I can
can
I
draw.
can draw
Oh, that's
really
drawing. Yeah,
well,
that's
but
a good one. Yeah, that's really
it's
good.
not a
Drawing is a
very.
talent.
Oh, I'm an expert on communist history. Is that a skill?
I think it's a
Yeah, I
skill.
think
I
that's a
think
yeah.
I think
That's a
it's a
skill. An
skill.
expert on communist history. Well, that's interesting. I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah.
Julien is very political.
yeah.
Yeah.
Omar can dance. Omar, you need to come to the live and show us your moves. I
Oh,
love it.
I can do this.
Name
I
that
can do this
trait.
too.
Oh, I
I
like that
love
one.
it. Okay.
You hear it or
Oh,
not? Ah, crap! You can do it better than me.
I've been
you know,
practicing longer. I'm older.
random skill I have. You know when people put their ear to your ear and say "listen," and it's a joke to make you listen, but there's nothing happening. In my ear, there's something happening. I can make my ear crack from the inside. And everybody's always like, "How do you do this?" I don't know. But if you put your ear next to my ear, I can do something inside, and you're gonna hear a little. I know it's weird.
Oh,
That is
It's
weird. I
yeah.
think they call that a stupid human trick. I don't think they call that a random talent or skill.
well,
Yeah.
I consider it a skill. Okay,
Well,
next question.
bar is low.
Your favorite vegetable?
My favorite vegetable. Is tomato a vegetable
It's a fruit.
or a
It's a
fruit?
fruit.
Ah, crap.
It
So
counts.
then the carrots.
People serve it like
I
a
love
vegetable.
carrots.
Carrots?
Carrots. Carrots a good vegetable. Makes
Yeah,
you want
I
to eat a
love
carrot.
carrots.
Yeah,
Ah,
I
for
like
real.
carrots.
I've
What's
always
my favorite?
fancied. I've imagined myself eating it like Bugs Bunny, but I've never tried it. I wonder if it would taste good like that. Completely raw, taking it from the ground and like that. Oh my
Yeah, you never
I
eaten a
think
carrot that way?
carrots
no! I
rule.
always
You
eat it by baking it with
hold on. You in your
peas or
life
stuff
have
like that.
never eaten a raw carrot like Bugs Bunny?
No, but I do it. I eat it. How do you say it? Râpé in
Julien?
English.
You julienne your carrots? We call it
Une
Julien.
Julienne de carotte. T'as déjà entendu? Did you hear that?
No.
It's
Oh,
a
I don't
way.
know what
It's a
that is.
way of like cutting. Yeah,
It's a way of cutting your carrots quite small. You cut them very, very like little toothpicks almost.
Everybody in the comments love broccoli. What's up with broccoli, you vegans?
Looks like
Karina
little
V knows
treats,
what's
so it's
up.
good.
Why is everybody such a big fan of broccoli? My husband too. Jess too is like
Broccoli's great. It's
cross our
good.
heart.
But carrots are good. I like carrots. It's
Yeah.
weird that you've never eaten a carrot like Bugs Bunny. That's
I gotta
something.
try it. I gotta try it.
Well, you could take that off your bucket list anytime, pal. You could go to a store and just you
Yeah.
don't even have to pay for it.
Just
Just grab a
Grab it like
carrot
that.
and then
Broccoli
go, nah,
Put
what's
it
up,
down.
Doc?
To put it back down.
broccoli tastes like meat?
What's up, Doc?
What?
Say corn behalf of my
Jihad.
broccoli is a superfood. I mean, I know that broccoli have a lot of advantages, but I don't know. Yeah.
Is the fact that it tastes like meat supposed to be a good thing? Because I don't particularly enjoy the taste of meat.
I don't think it tastes like meat. Broccoli Rob, that's pretty good. Broccoli Rob is good. Totally different thing.
Oh man, there's a dead bug. In the
What does Bugs Bunny say in French when he eats the carrot?
Quoi de neuf, docteur?
What?
Quoi de neuf, docteur? What's up, doc?
Quoi de neuf, docteur?
Yeah.
You got a great French accent, Sky.
Quoi de neuf, docteur?
Quoi de neuf, docteur?
Oh,
So in English he has a Flatbush accent. You know, he has an accent from a very particular region of New York called Flatbush, and he goes, "Yeah, what's up, doc?" And he talks like this. He talks like from he's got a hard accent to fake, but he's supposed to be from Flatbush, which is like it's near Brooklyn, I guess. It's like a Brooklyn accent almost, but not quite Brooklyn.
Yeah, I don't know what my favorite vegetable is. I think it's
Quoi de neuf, docteur?
chou rouge, red cabbage with apple. You know when you cook red cabbage with slices of apples,
That's a
and it
vegetable
becomes.
and a fruit, Franny. That doesn't
I know,
count.
but that's how I like it.
That's not what you asked Julien.
But I made the question.
What's my favorite fruit?
Bok choy is the best. Bok choy is good, especially when it is in everyone's favorite kimchi. Bok choy is great. Oriental sweet potatoes.
Oh,
Man,
sweet
people getting real
potatoes.
exotic now. I don't know.
I didn't know we could say potatoes. I guess it's a vegetable.
Vegetables. No
Yeah,
one likes
sweet
French fries
potatoes
here.
are the best.
Yeah. French fries count as a vegetable, I guess. Yeah, I think I mean my favorite vegetable I might have to say is probably artichoke, man. Artichoke's so good.
Yes, I eat artichoke every other day. I love artichoke.
Artichoke, thinking about artichoke makes my mouth water, and it comes in. You can do so many different things with it. It's fabulous. You make dips. You can eat the hearts. You can just put it in a salad. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go to a salad bar, like sometimes if I'm feeling really like I love salads, but if I go to a salad bar and they have artichokes, I'm like, "Ooh, they have artichokes!" Woo! You know, like I get all excited.
Start behaving like a seal.
Yeah.
Are
Oh my god.
olives a fruit? Olives is a fruit because it grows on
Man,
trees.
I don't know.
Olives probably are fruit, and they have a pit. I think they're fruit.
Yeah, eggplants. Eggplants rule.
Be a
Yes,
great
yes.
race.
Oh, asparagus. Yes, I love asparagus.
Okay, this
What's
is
that?
going on too long now with this vegetable thing. We're just naming vegetables now. Edamame and
asparagus?
pickles.
Look at a bunch of vegans just getting excited about vegetables.
Edamame and cucumbers. Well, vegetables. Let's talk about it.
Omar is eating. Okay, Julien, thank you so much.
Wait. I want to know what's asparagus.
Asparagus.
Asperge.
Oh, okay. Ah, man.
Asperge.
Learn more English words.
Yeah, but you're
All
only
right.
learning the dumb ones.
Thank you.
Quoi de neuf, docteur?
Thank you so much, Julien. I'm gonna play the music one more time.
Okay.
Okay.
That was fun. You know,
I love it.
How do you say "beam me up, Scotty" in French?
I have no idea.
Oh man, we should have brought Julien. He probably could tell us how to say "beam me up, Scotty."
Beat
Beam
me
me up,
up.
Scotty.
What is the meaning? What is the
Captain Kirk says it. He goes "Brrr," to beam up, but no one ever says that. He doesn't. He just says "beam me up,
Oh.
Scotty," but he never actually says "beam me up, Scotty." He just goes "Brrr, Scotty." There's two to
You
beam up.
know, it's funny because there are so many movies that I've watched a million times in French and I have no idea. Like I remember when I watched Back to the Future the first time in English, I knew Doc, he says Great Scott in English. I had no idea because in French he says nom de Zeus, you know?
What does
And
the nom
it's
d'auteuse?
like it's like in the name of Zeus, nom
Oh
de
yeah, that's what
Zeus,
Great
you know?
Scott means. It means
So
like
it's like
by Jove.
Jackie!
My
Oh, hold
gosh,
on.
Jackie Boyle.
Hold on. I have a
Play it.
music. I have a music. Hold on.
But I think she gets the
Yes.
big one. I think she gets the big
She
one.
gets
Hold
the
on.
big one. Yes, I love it. Jackie, you rock.
Jackie Boyle in the house. Thank you so much, Jackie Boyle, for supporting the channel. She does so much. She even bought my book. She bought it.
Really?
She
Your
bought
book
it
is already
used.
out?
She bought an old book that I wrote that was published,
Mm,
and she did this thing where she bought it used from somebody, and it had an inscription. I had signed it for somebody, and then she took a picture. And I was like, I remember that dude that I signed that book for. I know that guy. He's selling my book.
he's
But
selling
it's so
it.
cool that she got a copy of my book, a signed copy of my book
Signed.
by buying it used. Yeah, pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So, Sky, do you think someone might want to join us to see if they're smarter than me?
Does someone want to play an impossible trivia game to see if they're smarter than Fanny? The
Okay,
first person to get 3 right, there's only going to be 5 questions, I guess.
I'm gonna play the song for it, and so if anybody is inspired
Vegan
by
Power
this,
Lab wants to play. All right, here we
yes,
go.
okay, I'm waiting for the song then.
All right. All right. Vegan Power wants to play. Let me get the link. I have to redo the link because I copied some.
I'm excited. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Omar!
Almost. I am so proud that I made these.
These are amazing. That's my favorite thing now. That's my new favorite thing. I
I
have to
love
make one
crying.
for After Dark that's like After Dark. Something that's kind of darker.
Thank you, Darkly.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, Vegan Power Lab. You
Okay, Vegan
have
Power Lab.
in the chat on the hopefully you're watching on Vegan of Course. I just put it in the Vegan of Course chat. If you're watching on, let me see where you are. We have everybody on Vegan of Course. Okay, unless you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. There he is, Vegan of Course. Vegan of Course is Omar Vegan Power. Wait, hold on. Here he is.
I'm so
Omar is
excited.
Vegan Runs. Vegan Power Lab is here. He's got. We need to see.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. I like it.
Woo woo. Okay,
Woo-hoo.
cool. A lot of bananas. Oh, sorry. A lot of bananas in the chat.
But oh wait, you know what?
Rain Man vibes. I have no idea to what
Hello?
that. Oh gosh.
God?
A good
Fanny's going to
recipe.
heaven? Fanny's going to heaven?
I'm pretty sure I am. I'm pretty sure. I don't believe in heaven. I think I'm actually gonna float in space when I'm dead, but that's okay.
She says that she doesn't believe in you. She thinks she's floating in space, but you're
It's
telling me
because
she's okay. Thank you. I'll tell her. He says that there's a ticket waiting for you though if you
oh,
want
thank
in.
you. A
Yeah.
ticket. Okay, a good recipe for asparagus. Very simple. You cook your asparagus with coconut aminos. It's so good. I just love it. We do it with Jess, and we love it.
And for all of our English speakers, she means coconut aminos.
How am I supposed to say coconut aminos instead of aminos? Is that it?
The only reason I would never correct you, except I don't know that anybody knows what an amino is.
Aminos.
Yeah.
Aminos. Okay.
Yeah.
Coconut
Normally
aminos.
I let these things go because like if people understand, they understand. Who do I care? What do I care how people pronounce things?
What do
But
we care?
amino and amino sounds like two very different.
Oh, it's like amino acids. Okay, I get it. I get it now. Won't forget. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're amino acids. We
Coconut.
call them aminos for short, but they are amino acids.
No, it's the coconut juice. It's
The,
the
the
juice.
juice.
The juice, the fermented juice
See,
of
she thought you
coconut.
meant coconut animals. See, I wasn't alone. All right, so now we have aminals. See? So for the aminals, okay, so here we go. Here we have Mr. Chip is here. Mr. Chip is in the house, Vegan Power Lab. You know what? I was thinking about you actually this week.
It
Nice.
sounds
Glad
cool
to hear
me.
it.
In a good way, in a totally kosher way, non-romantic. I was saying that I was so I was thinking because I was talking to people in the street and I would ask them questions. I do outreach every day, but I don't always have the camera and I don't always have all the cool stuff that everybody else does. But I was asking, and I started going, "Would you rather?" Instead of asking, doing the. And
Mhm.
so I did like this
Yes.
weird hybrid though that was like half the Dutch style and half the English style. And so I brought them together because I said, what do you think we should do to people what do you think should be done to people who harm animals? And then I said, so that was the first question. And then I said, so what would you rather be, a cow, a chicken, or a pig? And that was like, boom. And it was so good because I didn't have to say like, well, what about animals in the slaughterhouse? I said, what should we do to people who harm animals? And they said like all this. They said, oh, fuck it, that should be against the law, blah, blah, blah. And I said, would you rather be a cow, a chicken, or a pig? And because I did that, because they were thinking dogs and cats. But then I said, would
Yeah.
you rather be a cow, chicken, or pig? Man, like white face. It was great. I really feel like
What did they answer after?
Yeah. I'm also curious.
They said, oh, I see, because I had the chicken truck, guys. Like they know what they're like. Oh, I see. Okay, all
You
right.
were not hiding.
Okay. We're done. So like,
Oh, we're
but
done. Okay.
because I didn't have the game show style going. If I had like the game show thing with the mic and everything, I think it would have gone differently. But I had the chicken truck, and someone was talking to me, and they're like, "Well, what is this all about?" And I said, "It's about chickens, and what blah blah blah." Like I always say, and then I always say like, "Well, what do you feel? How do you feel about chickens? Do you ever think about it?" Because I'll say like, this truck is to get people to think for just a minute about the billions of chickens that are being murdered to be on your plate or on your shelves. And they go, oh, okay. And then they pause, and I always say, what do you think? Do you ever think about chickens? And they say, oh, nah, yeah, I mean, and they say whatever they say. And then I'll be like, and then we have a conversation. But this particular one, I was thinking, I switched to Would You Rather, and
It was a good one.
it worked.
Yeah.
It definitely, it was cool because I didn't tell them that what about the animals that you pay for you to put in the slaughterhouses? I just asked them, well, would you rather be a cow, a chicken, or a pig? And it fucking bong, 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 bong. They got it like right away. It was awesome. So it felt more Socratic, it felt less dogmatic and more Socratic.
I love it.
But even as you say that, because I have this style where I put the microphone to people and ask them, would you rather? I noticed that because I've done it quite a while, and I noticed that at the third question, when people kind of realize what this is about, because they start off with, yeah, let's play this game, and after like the third question, they go, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk
Yeah.
to vegan now. Shit, I better answer correctly. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and I think because like I am very aware of of the economics of language when I'm trying to, because I think it's because of my poetry background. I'm always editing. I'm always trying to get down to like, how much can I fit in just 12 lines? How much can I fit in 10 words? Like, and so I'm always trying to get it down shorter. So I don't want to wait to get to 3 questions. I want to hit them hard fast before they have a chance to like, but it's a little bit harder when I'm standing in front of a fucking chicken truck. You know what I'm saying?
But you'll do it on your day off, and they won't know.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
plan. I want to do more street, like the game show style, but I don't really have that ability with what I'm doing right now. I could
Mhm.
do it, but it's not really what the chicken truck is for. The chicken truck is to get people to think and try to, like it does most of the work, but people talk to me. And so people approach me and they start asking questions. And so it puts me in a much more conversational style. And so it works in that way. It's a totally different route is what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, it's a conversation starter also for me, right? So if you already have the conversation starter, you don't really need a game style.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I like it.
Totally. And I think for content, the game style is like the best, which is why it works so well with the English style and the Dutch style. So the warm-up question is,
Hold on.
oh shit.
The
Oh, yeah.
music.
We're ready
come
for
on.
this. Are you smarter than Fanny?
Music by Jess McKay.
There you go. Are you smarter than Fanny? I'm gonna put myself on the
I
bottom.
love
We have our
this.
2 contestants. We have. Let's see if
Let's
you
do
guys,
this.
okay. So the warm-up question is the first time we're doing it. What is the hole in a chicken from once a egg comes?
It's not butthole, right?
No, it's not a butthole.
Well,
Okay.
it's the
A butthole only poop comes out.
Okay.
how is it called?
Yeah, a chicken only has one hole on that side of their body, on the business end of their body. What is the name of the hole in all birds but chickens? It's a chicken themed episode.
I
think we're
don't
both
know.
gonna lose. I also don't know.
The oh, I have one. The exit.
The exit.
good.
Not bad. Punny.
Uh,
A little punny.
it is not. It is not it.
No, it's called a cloaca.
Cloaca.
Yeah, a
Cloaca.
cloaca, a cloaca. I think
Ooh.
it's a very important word for vegans to know because it's chickens do not have buttholes. They do not
Write this
have
down.
pee-pee holes. They only got one hole, and everything comes out of it. And that's important for us to know because there's
Cloaca.
piss and shit and everything else all coming out of the same hole for a bird, and that's called a cloaca.
Cloaca.
Yes.
All right.
And people in the chat can help because I'll know if they got it from the chat. But here we go. Next up.
So far, nobody's smarter than Fanny.
Nobody's
Just saying.
smarter
Just
than
saying.
Fanny. Okay. The commercial diet of a chicken is comprised of mostly 3 different grains. What is the largest grain?
Is it the ant buzzer kind of thing?
Oh,
Or is it
you said
Okay,
ant. All
I
right.
let you go first. And Sky, you don't say if he's correct.
Okay.
So if we have different responses, okay.
So I should just mention the largest one.
Yeah, what's the largest one?
Corn.
It's corn. Yeah, it's corn.
Oh,
So,
that and me, my answer.
what was your answer?
My answer was corn, of
So you're
course.
tied. All right,
I
that's a tie. I trust
I
you.
think-
Let me answer before you.
All right, fair enough. You're right. Sorry, it's my
But
first
if you
time.
answer before, I'll know. So maybe Penny, you write it down and then I answer.
So according to
I don't have something to write down here with me. Oh, maybe
Or
my
I'll
notes.
write it down. It's the same.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Sorry, I don't have anything today. Unprepared. Very.
So according to worldanimalprotection.us, corn comprises about 42.8% of the chicken diet of commercial chickens. The 26.4% is soybeans for protein, and about 14% is bakery meal, which is mostly wheat. So
Mm.
so when we think about all the corn, 46.2%, and I think it's extremely important for vegans to know how much corn is going to chickens, because in America we kill 10 billion chickens a year. 10 billion chickens a year eat a lot of corn. So when you see all of this corn growing, it's mostly going to chickens and cows. It's something really important to think about when we're talking with people, especially the crop deaths argument. Okay, so we have one on the board. Next up.
Still nobody is smarter than me. Just trying to.
How many chickens are killed worldwide per year?
Out of the 83 billions of
Are you using
animals,
your phone?
land animals. No, he's
No, I'm
writing.
writing.
Oh.
Okay. Out of the 83 billion land animals killed, I think that probably chickens must be, let's say 20% of that. So how much would this be? 16 billions? I don't
Vegan
know.
Power
70
Lab?
billion. 70 billion?
It's 70
Oh
billion.
no, that's more. It's that's them that are the most
Yeah,
in my
chickens
head.
are killed more
Oh
than any
no,
other animal.
he's smarter than me now.
You're tied
That's
for
the thing.
one. He's
We're
one
tied
ahead of
for one.
you.
Oh, nerds like us. Nerds like
70
us.
billion. Around 70 billion chickens are killed every year on the globe. That
Wow.
equals about eight. I read a statistic that the average chicken, a chicken, most breeds of chicken have about 120 bones in their body. That's 8 trillion bones that are left over once humans are done with the chickens.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
And did you know? I didn't know this, but in animal liberation, they say that chickens are actually not they were not 10,000 years ago a
no.
widespread thing. They were only common in Asia. And it's so
Hold
funny
it,
to.
stop. This is a chicken themed
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're giving me
quiz.
data.
Did I say something that might come up as a question?
Yes.
Do you have to find a new question?
No, we're going to ask the
Sorry.
same ones. All right. In what year in what year did the broiler chicken what year was the broiler chicken developed? Or what some people will call the chicken of tomorrow? What year was the broiler chicken? Now, broiler chickens are chickens that are not bred for laying eggs, but are bred for slaughter only. They will not lay. They're not here to lay eggs. They're only here for flesh. Broiler
Wow,
chickens. What year was the broiler chicken developed?
I'm gonna say, well, if you were reacting to what I was saying, I don't know, 10,000 years ago?
No.
1920?
1920? No. Okay, so a good guess. 1950, 1954 are all good guesses. It's widely considered to be 1948. That was the year that they launched it to build a better chicken. 1948
Oh, so when they
was
started breeding them to just be with the
the
big legs?
well, the
Ah,
idea
I
was to not
see.
only breed them for big legs, but to conversion of food to flesh. So in 1948, industry leaders wanted to grow the broiler industry by changing breeding of chickens to grow faster, fatter, and on less feed than ever before. They developed the Chicken of Tomorrow contest. Top breeders throughout the country, America, would compete to breed the best bird, and the best bird is what we know of today as the broiler hen or the broiler chicken.
You know, one thing that people tell me a lot in the comments, and I researched this, is that, oh, if tomorrow we are not growing animals for food, a lot of animal breeds are going to disappear, which is totally false, because actually by breeding animals like we've been doing, we're eliminating so many different breeds of animals, and it's just
Yes, because
terrible.
we're basically monocropping animals. I mean, that's what we want, this particular type of chicken. And there are some breeds that will go away because they'll be hybrid. They'll be just chickens, wild chickens. What's interesting to me is that you said 1920, and that's a really good guess, because at night in World War I, and then later on, especially in World War II, they started people started to eat chickens in America, and because cows and pigs were rationed, people weren't allowed to eat cows and pigs, so they ate chickens. But they hadn't developed the idea to eat chickens as just a main thing, like, hey, let's have restaurants that serve chicken. It was always considered kind of a poor person's kind of thing, because that's not what chickens are for. They don't have much meat on them. Why would you kill a chicken for meat? So people did develop a taste for it, but it wasn't one of those things like after World War II, they were like, we want to keep eating this. Cows and pigs came back, chickens went away. But the government had put so much money, a lot like the milk industry after World War II. They put so much money into chicken farms that they ended up having to figure out new ways to make money to fund all of these chicken farms. And so they needed to populate. So the USDA and the Food and Drug Administration got involved. That's it.
I just thought about industrialization. That's why I said 1920.
Yeah, I mean, that's when really shit started getting bad for the chicken, because before that it was they traveled the world as gifts of the sun god, because they were considered, they rise and crow with the sun. And so for 10,000 years ago, when people were fucking around with chickens, they were considered like godlike animals. All right.
Can I tell a quick story about
Sure.
something that made me think of? So my grandpa, he was taken by the German army to go in workers' camp during the Second War, and he was forced worker, right? And he escaped. And he always told me that story, that when he escaped one day with one of the other person he escaped with, they were in a forest and they saw a chicken. And I always remember that story because he said that he put the chicken in his pocket to run, to make the chicken stop making noise, because German army was around and they didn't want to be caught. And then in my head, I was like, how do you put a chicken in your pocket? Because they're so big today, right?
Yeah,
But I
probably in a
imagine,
jacket pocket or something too. Maybe not.
yeah, but
as
at that time, chickens were regular size chicken, like they were a bird. Like, if you look at a pigeon today, it's not really big, right? You could put them in your pocket. But yeah, I was always impressed by that story of it. And I always thought as a child, how do you put a chicken in your pocket?
Yeah,
Yes.
we don't have big pockets. Like soldiers' uniforms too. Combat uniforms often had big pockets back then because of the way ammo was shaped and all the other accoutrements. All right, last question for all the marbles. I don't think anyone's ever going to
I think I'm losing anyways, but okay.
What is the name of the original chicken? The chicken that all of our chickens come from. You said where it came from, so you're halfway there. That's why I said stop, because you're like, oh, it's from this area.
I see.
The Asian chicken.
Yeah, they're South Asian. They do come from Southeast Asia. We generally call them.
Hold on. We haven't seen Mr. Chip's answer.
Teddy?
Shawnee? I don't know.
Shawnee? No, no, it's not. Maybe that might be right, but I don't speak Chinese.
Okay.
It's the red jungle fowl, and there's some controversy about which red jungle fowl was the first one that that started to travel with explorers and stuff. But they did look like this: the red jungle fowl, Gallus from Southeast Asia. Gallus, of course, if you speak French, or I don't know, actually maybe not French, but in Spanish it's gallo. What is a rooster in French?
It's a word that you shouldn't use in English. It's called a cock.
Yeah, we can use that in English. We say cock in English.
I know, but it's like it just always was like, if we ever, for whatever reason, rescue a chicken, we should call him cock.
But maybe in Romanian, because that's more like that's a romance. What is it in Romanian?
It's a kokosh.
Kokosh. Interesting. So it's funny that in Spanish it's gallo, and the Latin name for this bird is Gaius or Gallus. I just found that randomly interesting today. I found that out. I learned that about chickens today. But the red jungle fowl, they think in, a couple thousand years before Christ was when these animals were being started to be moved around and taken as pets. They started to come around when we figured out how to have agricultural. Sorry, that wasn't what I planned to do. We started to have rice fields. Human beings started to have rice fields, and so the chickens started to come closer and closer, and it was easier. Their food source was there because their water and rice paddies, the way we harvest rice. And so people started feeding the chickens. The chickens were taken in, like the classic same way we domesticated dogs is how we domesticated chickens. And they lived life like dogs for a long time, for thousands of years. Chickens were treated more like dogs than livestock as far as
I
domesticated animals are concerned.
I
That's
have a
actually a
pet.
good point
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. That's a good point to make when you're doing outreach to tell people, because a lot of people see dogs as pets, and then you're like, well, chickens were pets for like most of humanity. Because if a lot of people
Most.
bring up, we've been farming for so long. Well, yeah, but not chicken, for example, right? And you just put the
Yeah.
story out there.
Chickens were not, and when they did become popular for farming, it was for eggs. It wasn't flesh, and it
Oh,
wasn't like
even
what we
better.
and it wasn't like what we think of today as like for it wasn't even that long. It was for a couple hundred years they were doing eggs and stuff, but like this idea like thousands of years we've been eating chicken, it's total bullshit, complete and utter bullshit. So
It I had we had some chickens when I was younger at my dad's house, and one day all our dogs ate the chicken, and one baby survived, and he was a rooster, and he had never seen any other of his kind, right? So he kind of behaved as if we were his family, and he would answer to his name. We would come and we would call him. When my father was eating, he would sometimes just stay on my father's shoulder and just be there and like spend dinner with us. Like, it was totally like a dog. It was very nice.
it's
I had
almost
a pet
every.
chicken.
You did?
Yeah. When I was in high school for my 18 years old, when I became a man, I wanted as a gift a pet chicken, and I got a pet chicken as a gift.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
Wow.
But I was imagine the hypocrisy, because I was still eating chicken and eggs, but I had a pet chicken. But she was super cute and always quiet, sitting in her corner, sometimes coming to me. Very, very nice.
I think about that a lot when it comes to people. Rats are very popular pets, and yet no other animal on earth is murdered like we do rats. Like
Mhm.
there seems to be a deep rooted, probably because bubonic plague and other things, but like a deep rooted adversarial situation we have with
System.
rats and
Mhm.
crows. There's a few others, but like rats, man, people and rats, and yet they're still a very popular pet.
Yeah. It's interesting because my so I think I've told this story, but for people who don't know it, my niece, who was 6 years old, her parents decided to have some chickens at home to get eggs. And when she saw the chickens and she understood that the chickens she was seeing were the animals that she was eating, from that day, the first day, she was like, I don't want to eat chickens anymore or any sort of meat. And she was 6 years old, and her parents were not vegetarian or vegan or anything. And now her whole family is vegetarian because of her, because her little sister, seeing that, was like, yeah, me neither. And they also converted my other niece at my other sibling's house, and now three of my nieces, and now they are between 11 and 5 year olds, they're all vegetarian, and their parents were not, especially they just decided. So I thought that was interesting.
I love that when kids find that stuff on their own. I think that it's powerful and stirring that Chip had the a pet chicken, because it makes me think, well, maybe that was a moment where you're starting to think about these things and understand the hypocrisy, the contradictory life that we lead. It's something that I think about still today, every day, obviously, but not just in terms of animals. I mean, in so many things in our lives that I think that's what critical thinking is. Maybe that's what kind of helped you get to that point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But
It's sorry.
in Romanian, the word for chicken that you eat is different than the chicken that you grow, like that you keep as a pet. So maybe that's why I didn't make the connection when I was back then.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can you tell me
it's
the words just out of curiosity?
so the word for chicken is gallina, which is like.
I said gallos, a gallo. and you were saying-
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You did say that. Yes. Yeah.
God damn it, you chips like, no, I don't think
didn't
so.
think about
Romanian is
that.
totally different. What the hell, dude?
I thought about the rooster because I saw the photo and I was thinking about the rooster, so I said the rooster has that
Gallo
name,
and
yeah.
gallina, that's the same in Spanish. Okay. All right, so
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
chicken that you don't eat or that you do eat?
That you don't eat.
Okay.
Well, that you just think of it as an animal, and the chicken that you eat as flesh, it's called puy.
Oh, so like in
pollo.
Spanish, we have pollo and we have
Yeah.
gallo or gallina. Yeah, yeah. We do the same thing in English, but in English we don't do it because we just call them chickens. And it's weird. Although we do have the word poultry, but no one says poultry when they're talking about just shit. They don't really think of poultry as like people eat beef, they don't eat cow. But when people say I'm eating a chicken sandwich, they're not talking about poultry. You know what I mean? Isn't that weird? Wow.
Yeah, it's mostly when used in industrial things, like you call them poultry or stuff, not the.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or large groups like it's
Cattle.
chickens. It's if poultry could be like chicken, goose, turkey. All the birds can be poultry. So duck is poultry. So seems weird. And yeah, pollo. All right. Well, we have one. So neither of you won, but that's okay. I didn't.
But you're smart. You win that you're smarter than Fanny because you did get more answers than me.
Yeah.
But if none of us won, does that mean that Fanny is not smarter than Fanny?
That might mean that. That means that you're not smarter than me. But yeah.
So
that's okay. I'm good with that.
Now we did a warm-up question, just a bonus question.
Oh, bonus.
How many pounds of grain? Now we know that's 42% is corn and 26 is how many pounds? Oh shit. Kilos. We can say kilos, but how many pounds of grain equals 1 pound of flesh for a bird, for a chicken?
Do you mean if we eat it? No. What do you mean?
We have to feed the animal pounds of grain to extract the flesh of the chicken. So
so how many
energy in versus energy out. So somebody asked a question about calories. I don't actually know. Someone said, how many calories do we need to feed a chicken to get the calories back out of the chicken? I don't know calories, but I know how many pounds of grain.
And what's the pound of a chicken? How much does
how much does a chicken weigh?
A chicken only weighs a couple pounds, but like the point is like a chicken weighs, I think, 7 or 8 pounds. Let me see how much does a chicken weigh.
Okay.
And it's no, I don't think I'm understanding the question. Am I the only one who is not understanding the question?
So the question is, how much food do you have to feed the chicken before you?
How much food you have to feed the chicken before you kill the chicken?
No. How many? Okay, in order to get a pound of chicken flesh, okay, on the scale.
Yes.
How much grain did you have to feed per pound? So we do these calculations, right? So like
pound, the ratio.
So yeah, so like
that
with
must
beef,
be a lot.
Yeah,
I know that
beef it's like 16. So as a clue for beef, it's somewhere around 16 pounds of grain to get 1 pound of cow. So if you think of like the quarter pounder with cheese, that for just the flesh and a quarter pound hamburger at McDonald's costs you 4 pounds of grain. That's a lot. It doesn't work because that means that we're not getting as much in as we're not getting much out as we're getting in. We're investing more than we're extracting. Which
I would say then 3. 3? I don't know.
Is that what you said?
I was also 3.
You guys are so close. Yeah, it's 2.5, 2.6. Yeah,
Wow.
3.
I was first
Double.
at 2.5 and then I adjusted
Yeah.
it to 3.
You round up. You round up like at the
Dude.
supermarket.
Ben G, why is LBS short for pounds? Because it's Libras. Because it's Latin. Oh God, good question, Ben G. Were you
Good
trying to stump
question.
me?
Okay, Sky, is this the end? Can I put the
This
music
is the end.
again?
This is the
Thank
All
you
right,
for
that's
playing with us.
it. Thank you. See you later,
Can
man.
I do this one thing? Wait, let me do this thing.
Yay.
Did it work?
No,
Wait, hold
sometimes
on.
it
Let me
shows hearts if I do this. But
hold on. Let me try this.
What? Where did
oh,
Sky go? Sky, you disappeared.
apparently it
Oh
only
my
works. Yeah,
gosh! What? Not for me?
yeah.
Just for you?
It's it
What's
has to
why is
be
this? What? How did you do that? Hold on.
some.
How did you do? Like, what? Where
It's
does
it's
Don't you have a thumbs up one too? Can you do a thumbs up one?
it? What? It's on your phone.
no, it's on my Mac actually. Apparently on the Mac, a
He
lot of
just has
people
the
don't know
new
how
Mac
to.
OS.
Hold on. I
Yeah,
have a MacBook Pro. How do I not have
You need
this?
to upgrade that song.
Oh, need to upgrade my Mac or the system?
both. I don't know. I actually don't know which
Well,
one.
now I know. So now this answers the question that I had earlier a couple weeks ago when I said, "What is everybody doing standing around?" Every time I go to an app or I walk by an Apple store, there are 100 people inside the Apple store. These are the questions they're asking. How come when I do this, it doesn't work? It doesn't
Really?
work.
It
Why isn't
does.
this working?
Oh my
And the
gosh,
answer
I
is
want
almost
this.
always you need to buy a new device.
Yeah, yeah. The answer is buy. Which one do I need to upgrade? Both. That'll be
Upgrade the software.
$5,000.
And what software is it? Like what
Your Mac
version
OS.
is
Your OS.
Sonoma.
Sonoma?
Yeah, Mac
Okay.
OS Sonoma.
The app. It's not an app. It's inside of. Oh wait, what browser are you using? Chip.
Chrome, but I don't think it's the browser because it's
Me too,
Chrome.
Chrome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Sonoma. Here I come.
All
Yes,
right,
yes.
Chip. Thank you so much for everything. Illegit, hang
Thank
on here.
you.
Thank
You're
you.
smarter than Fanny.
He's smarter than Fanny, and it all worked out perfectly. Everything worked. Could you hear me when I was off the screen?
No,
No. Okay.
no.
Interesting.
You
I
were
took myself
off.
off so he could do his thing.
Why? When we're 3, he can't?
That was what I was thinking, and it worked as soon as I took myself off screen. So maybe it was.
Okay.
I don't know the rules. I just figured that would be worth because it wasn't working, and then it did.
That's because you're smarter than Fanny Sky. Oh, it
No.
was fun. Thank you for playing with us. I love these. It's so much fun for me. Thank you for making my Sundays happy and vegan and fun. Thank you so much.
What else is going on for the future? What do you have coming up next week?
This week it's Kindness Town. Anytime we can, we keep on working on the set, on the characters, on building the team, making it happen. That's Kindness Town all the way.
It's so amazing. The puppets look incredible. The backdrop is gorgeous. I got a message from Jess about what camera is being used, and I'm really excited about that. Some top notch.
And the songs are
Songs
just
are just mind blowing. The songs are
so pretty.
wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything is coming together. I knew it would though.
Yeah, it's taken some time. I think Jess wishes that this project had been a 3 months thing in his life and then done, because he's so excited and impatient and it seems long. But I think it took the time to be here to be beautiful and well made and with very talented people, so many people are going to be on the album of Kindness Sound. So there's going to be a short film, and then some people are also going to make music just for an album that's going to be related to the short film, and it's going to be really cool. So many talented vegans are working and have worked on this. It's amazing.
I think it's amazing, and I can't wait. I want to thank Jackie Boyle and Omar Vegan Runs once again. I want to thank Jess McKay. So thank you guys. Are you ready to play the theme song?
Do you want to play the thank you, or do you want to play the theme?
The theme song, and then we do the coda.
Okay. Thank you, vegan friends. We love you.
I can hear you, and you're not. Oh, I guess technically we're still on the screen.
Yeah.
Vegan Sunday School.
Song by Kirsten Marilyn.
Yeah.
This channel's just for you. This channel's just for vegans.
Oh my gosh, Ben, thank you. We have to play the thank yous, guys.
So this section after the theme song is what's known as a coda.
Coda. Where we
Yes.
put the banners.
No, Fanny, remember when you said, what's a coda? This right now, what we're doing, we are in a coda. It's after the show is over, and we're like, hey, anybody who's stuck around after the theme song, there's one last thing. Let me thank Kirsten Marilyn for doing the theme song. Let me thank Jess McKay for doing all of our ancillary songs. Let me thank all of our Patreon subscribers and channel members. Please don't forget, we're going to have the wake-up call at 8 a.m. tomorrow, local time, Florida, Eastern Standard Time. I think that is 1300. That's 1 p.m. in GMT. And then also After Dark is at 12 midnight GMT.
I love your new show, Sky. I think it's really cool for the branding. I think it's so inspiring for people to have different places where they can come and do different things that are related to vegans if they have different ways of looking at it or different things that inspire them. It's really cool.
Thanks. I can't wait. Someone sent me some stuff to react to, and it's been great. I calling rants and reactions. That's kind of what After Dark is. Yeah, After Dark. You've watched a little bit of After Dark here and there, I think, haven't you?
I have. Yes.
Yeah, it's a long boy. It's 3 hours, so it's quite a lot. This for Wednesday we're not doing. I'm not going to stream it all. I'm taking Wednesdays off. So there you go. Mine two nerds. My favorite part is this part. Your favorite part is the coda. See, this is why the coda has a name.
That's my favorite part. Is when Karina sends us hearts.
Favorite part is
Love you,
anything to do with
Karina.
Yeah, After Dark is very late. Yes, it's very late. After Dark. It's supposed to be late. It's when we get naughty.
Can I ask you something? Can you stay kind of far from your computer and still do After Dark?
After Dark.
Yeah, it looks more fun when you come closer. I like it.
Yeah. Or After Dark.
Yes, I like this.
I was doing that. I was doing it that way for a while, but then it ripped out hair from my mustache in the mic, and I was like,
Oh no, that hurts. Nobody wants that. Says the woman who's been waxing her legs forever.
forever. Mustache is definitely a sensitive area. I don't.
Oh yeah, and your bikini girl parts is not very
I'm
sensitive.
sure they are. I mean, I've heard a lot of complaints about the bikini girl parts.
I
Yeah.
love it.
So that's why there's Bikini Kill. take one day off, Sky. I was wondering how you managed to do it so often. We appreciate it, but mindful your mental health too. Thank you, Vegan Power Lab.
He does not manage. You should see them behind the scenes, like honest. No, I'm joking. No, you do manage, and I'm very impressed by everything you do, Sky.
I get fatigued, but not burnt out so far. Because like the thing is, I'd rather do this than other shit. So, you know.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Well, thank you so much. Illegitimate non-carburedo, don't let the masters grind you down.
We love you. Bisous,
Bisous,
bisous.